Howdy, everybody. I am Brandon Carey, and today we are doing something that I did not think I would ever be doing in 2022, or frankly, later. We are going back to a game that I am familiar with. This is the game that got me into card games. That's Yu-Gi-Oh! You probably know me for all the times I've played Magic on here, all the times I've played Legends of Runeterra on here, a couple of times we played Eternal. Did we play Hearthstone on stream? We must have. I must have played Hearthstone on stream at some point. If not, I have played it. But all of that comes back to Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is where I started my, I guess, love affair with card games. Now, I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Back when it was first introduced in America with the starter decks for Yugi and Kaiba. I'm that old school with Yu-Gi-Oh! I kept playing up until about the Synchro era, where I had to drop out not because I wasn't enjoying the game, but because I couldn't afford to keep playing it. Cards are expensive, packs are expensive, and I had to choose between either packs or video games, and I chose video games, which meant I didn't have the money to keep going and playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I came back a little bit later, found out that the meta had changed, XYZ had come out, Pendulums had come out, and I still played it because I had a couple of friends who were playing it through, I think it was Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro at the time. I think now it's Edo Pro. And I kind of bowed out a little bit after that because I wasn't feeling it anymore. And a lot of my problems with Yu-Gi-Oh! As it stands now still exist, but accepting that that's just how Yu-Gi-Oh! Is now, and that the old school Yu-Gi-Oh! That I know and love is never coming back, I am having my fun with the game in the current state that it's in. I have my complaints, I have my gripes, but within the accepted framework of this is the new Yu-Gi-Oh!, I am content with Master Duels as it is now. I have problems with it, but overall, this is not a bad package. And so, it's a bit of a long preamble to explain that I am both familiar and not familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh! But let us get started. And I'm gonna probably play this deck later because this is the deck I've actually been. I'll start with it now. This is the deck that I've been running lately in ranked because I just finished building it. It is using Gladiator Beasts because that was the archetype that I wanted to play. I enjoy Gladiator Beasts as an archetype. It's not particularly competitive, but it's fun for me. And so I've tried thing them in this Tri-Brigade shell, and using them with the Tri-Brigade monsters because I've also been kind of enjoying my time experimenting with them to kind of give them the extra power they need to stay a little up there competitive-wise. Because Tri-Brigades are actually really good in Master Duels because they're not only effective, but they're also, like, most of their cards are pretty cheap. So you don't have to worry about getting a lot of, like, the ultra... And all the, like, ultra rares here, aside from, like, the extra deck stuff. Well, even the extra deck stuff, like, a lot of this is stuff that you can port between different decks types. so that even though like you're getting this card for this deck, you can use this card in other decks and you're still fine. Like Ash Blossom of Joyless Springs, which I have come to learn is a card you just need because of the way Yu-Gi-Oh works now. It's a card that is just it's the card you need to have in your deck because you need to be able to disrupt your opponent's search effects. And there's cards like that have been... Those are cards you can put in any sort of deck. So we're going to play with this deck for a bit. We're going to go second because this deck kind of needs to be able to attack. This is not a bad opening hand. Blue Eyes deck. Okay. Wait, what? Why would you use Max C? And it's not even my turn. I can't summon anything. Because Max C, whenever time I summon a card, they draw a card, but that effect like what? Hand trap is good. Okay, they have another. Well, let's not special summon then. Let's just regular summon. I don't want them to draw cards off me doing my thing. So we're gonna play a little slower than we like, but that's fine. I'm gonna cancel. Yeah, on the wax with this effect now, we can wait till later. It's worth not doing that to deny them the card draw from the Max C they discarded. Because if I summon monsters with that effect, always gonna slam that into me to search for a Blue Eyes. What? What are you doing? Okay, that's useful to have. Well, might as well just press the offensive. Oh, I meant me to do that. Oh shit. Oh well. Nah, we should do combat first. Combat first. And we'll show this back in the deck. Tutor for Questus. Maybe we'll get out this, which will allow us to summon our boss. Wait, don't we have... Oh, I fucked this one up. Oh well. We can work with this. But that's not a Glad Beast, that's why. I am fucking up today. Okay, so enough fucking up. Enough fucking up. I made a couple of misplays there, because I'm still learning this deck. Onto the board? That's fine. Yeah, I fucked that one up pretty royally. Yeah, I'm losing my entire board this turn. I might have just lost because I fucked up. What? I might be able to salvage this, depending on what he does. Wow, I actually get to salvage this. Because he made a worse mistake than I made. He made a worse mistake than I made, so I was able to capitalize on it. Yeah, he made even worse mistakes than I made. Or they. That was a bad match for both of us. There are people in my life who will watch that duel and be embarrassed that I am their friend. Gotta know my cards better. Okay, this is a start. Alright, now let's see what kind of bullshit you pull off. Oh, this is a fucking Sacred Beast deck? Alright. Well, this is some bullshit. I didn't know that you could do a Sacred Beast deck. This is kind of cool. Just one more. I'm gonna just let him keep summoning shit, and then when he's finished... Yeah, now. Alright. I'm gonna sacrifice them. That's not destruction. Now, how do I do this? I'm thinking about how I want to do this. I don't think I can actually reborn. And even if I did, I don't know if that would be useful. I don't have any removal, which is I would love to have some right now. This deck is insanity. I didn't know the Sacred Beast got this much support. Part of it's also that I don't have the hand to handle this. If I was able to get my boss monster out, this would be a non-problem. Such is my lot in life. Oh, no combat? Yeah, I can't win this. I lose. That sucks. Oh well. Try again. It's hard to explain what's going... The problem with doing something like Yu-Gi-Oh! On stream, as opposed to Magic, is that in Yu-Gi-Oh! There is so much happening that it is actually difficult to explain all of it in the middle of the game. It's difficult to explain what's going on with Yu-Gi-Oh! Or with in the middle of the match. Virtual World. Okay, I heard this deck is good. Each card from your graveyard. Target one monster you control decreases secret level with. Upstart Goblin. Okay. Target one control sends one virtual card the same type. Summon this card. Okay. Okay. I should be fine. As long as they don't have any hand traps. Or anything that negates abilities. I should be able to handle this with the hand I've got. He's gonna do probably a Link or a Z summon. I don't have the hand traps to prevent that from happening. Holy shit! I don't even know what I'm looking at. This is gonna be a strong Link monster. Or an XYZ monster. Or several. This could be several. And I don't have Nibiru, so I can't really stop this. Alright, that's a Synchro monster. Does that negate abilities? No. Do you negate abilities? Can destroy cards, though. Which is a problem. The true king of all calamities. In your hand, it would be... Okay. Time to have a bit of fun. All right. I might not be out of it, but I'm gonna be hurting myself to do this, and I don't want to do that. Oh, fuck you! The reason that card's banned in the TCG. But I need to do this or I'm going to die. Fuck. What? Oh, come the fuck on. Are you serious? Well, I guess I'm done. Okay. What just happened? Why can't I attack? Why can't I attack? I don't understand what just happened. I don't know what effect can prevent me from attacking. Okay. I'm good. I forgot Yu-Gi-Oh! Sucks. That's also, No, that's not fair. That's not fair. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is... Like I said, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not the game I remember it for being, and not the game that I liked, frankly. It's a new game. It's a different game than it used to be. And part of what's frustrating about Yu-Gi-Oh! In its current state is that it can feel like playing, like you're watching someone play solitaire. While you might as well be like off doing something else on your computer while they're playing the game. Turning up. Okay, this is a demise deck. Okay. Wow, we're already at this point in the duel, are we? I think I actually do this, and I kind of don't want to, but it's worth it. Because that will exile, or I guess banish in Yu-Gi-Oh! Parlance, the demise. throw that back in the deck. And banish this card. Swing in for 3,000. And that might be enough to win me the game. If this is the deck I think it is. Unless they do another Ritual Summon, in which case we might be in trouble, but not too much trouble. As long as it's not Demise. Demise will really screw us up, but anything else should be fine. I don't have a response to that. End of the world. And probably Demise. If I get rid of all three of them, they can't be summoned again, right? I can't, if he gets another which one, so I can't stop Demise from being summoned. I can just make it painful for him to do so. I think if he summons Demise, I can play this ability before Demise gets a chance to activate. Yes! I think that might be enough to secure the win, depending on what they have. Yeah. That's a finicky deck. Because the way... like, the chain works in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a little awkward compared to Magic. There is no responding. Like, once the chain is in the resolution, there is no responding left. The chain is over at that point. What's done is done. Alright, opponent's probably going to choose to go first, because people love going first in this game. They don't like being able to attack first, like being able to set their board with impregnable monsters and then just win by your opponent not being able to do anything at that point. Also been a good card. Oh, I'm going first. Okay. We'll see. Solemn Judgment's a good card, but it does cost half my life points to use it, so we will see. Interesting that usually I don't get to go first. And I don't like going first because my deck does not work well with going first. I will allow it. Imperial Order. Okay. I don't like seeing that. Thankfully, I do have my Solemn Judgment. Now, do a Solemn Judgment, and I will use it if I have to. Opponent has a response. That's annoying, but fine. No. No. I let it resolve. I'll keep her Geki in case I need it. It's gonna be a tough match though, because Eldritch is a powerful archetype in this game. If I can get one more monster out, I have my boss monster. And that will turn the tide. So many face downs. I'll allow it. Oh, fuck. That's fine, actually. No, that's worth half my life points. Alright. Tri-Brigade package is working. Let's finish these face downs. And we should be able to compete with Eldritch now. I know. Yeah. You're gonna summon it from the graveyard anyway, so it's fine. I know how this deck works. I've played a little bit with it before in story mode. Which, by the way, this game does have a story mode. Alright, so we are kind of in business. Probably should have waited for him to actually summon the Eldritch before we did that. Wow. Oh, come on. Yeah, we just lost. GG. Let's go one more. This time we're going to use my Dark Magician deck. Because I don't actually intend to play this on stream more or less ever again. This is going to be a game I play for fun on my own time and not on stream. So, let's go a little Dark Magician. We'll go first this time. See if we can set up our engine. Because this deck kind of revolves around a couple of choice cards, and none of them are in our hand right now, so we get to pass, and this is going to be a bad game. I can already see it. We just have a brick hand. Yeah, I'm just not even going to bother with this one. We're going to try again. Because there is no mulligan rule in Yu-Gi-Oh! And frankly, given how consistent decks are with 40 cards, they probably shouldn't be. There probably shouldn't be. Alright, we'll try going first again this time and see if we get a good hand. Can work with this. All right. let's see if this ends up doing anything. Because depending on the deck, we could just already have lost. That's how it can be with Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes. Sometimes you just draw, like, somebody's supposed to just OTKs you and there's nothing you can really do about it. Oh, fuck that. Oh, why pendulums? Why pendulums? I mean, they're not as strong as they were back when I initially despised them. Because even Konami realized that mechanic was busted. But they're still annoying. If you just summon a bunch of monsters right now, I'm done. I've got nothing to counter that. Level 1 to 8. Play your entire hand out and just win. Now you guys are going to see what real Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like. What? I guess it doesn't matter. Yep. So what does this do? Well, he's not doing that. He is doing... What? Yeah, I'm gonna take a hit. I wonder if I can trick him into using up his all of his... I wonder if I can trick him into using up your extra deck into the deck. So he's got 2. I wonder if I can trick him into using them both. Whereas it's not a trick if he can actually just do it to win the game. Which probably can, if I'm being perfectly honest. Yep. Unless I draw something I can use right this next turn, I'm in deep shit. And And I forgot what I put in my deck. Yep. We're done. He's gonna negate this. Oh, he's not. Probably doesn't have to. Now does he respond by negating this? Because if he does, I'm basically out of it. Unless he gets really crazy in the next turn. And gives me a chance. Why isn't he using that negation effect? See, this is when Yu-Gi-Oh! Is painful, is when you're basically waiting for your opponent to kill you. Now, does he respond? I think he does. I don't see a point in continuing this. Let's try again. Maybe this time we'll actually get to play our deck. This is the bad part of Yu-Gi-Oh! You know what part of the problem is that they only have ranked matches for the queue. So like if I want to play like a casual match, I need to actually like find a friend and ask them to play with me. I can't just do it. Yeah, Ash Blossom and... I negate Max C. Yeah, fuck that. No. Hey, Wyvern. My Eternal Soul. And we can already get our combo out. Or it's not really combo. I haven't played Runeterra in 2 weeks. Oh, fair enough. I still play casually against the AI, but I don't play it seriously. Well, right now I do have my Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, so once I flip up Eternal Soul, I will protect my Dark Magician, and my Dark Magician will protect my Eternal Soul. Let's try 1,000 Knives. I think we're good. What? No, we're gonna keep battling. Get rid of this fucking thing. Okay. Yeah, it's immune because of Eternal Soul. Yay me. End turn. It's getting an actual game going. I think I should be able to resurrect Dark Magician from my graveyard, so we're actually in not a bad spot at all. And he shuffled my rod back into the deck, so I don't have it. So I can get a dark magic attack. Another Mirror Force. Well, let's attack this. From your deck to your hand, that's cool, it's not on the field. It's rad. I'll hit you for 2,500. We got some in the blue eyes. I'm actually not completely hosed. I still have things I can do. You start dealing with blue eyes in order to do what? Play blue eyes alternate dragon. I hope you try to remove one of my creatures. Because if you do, it will do nothing. Now, who are you battling? Please. Yes. Hand traps. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a fun and balanced game. I propose we go straight to combat and just wrap this up. That's game. I got time for one more before we wrap up. I feel I enjoy playing this game when I'm not getting cheesed. Which is admittedly often. I don't hate Yu-Gi-Oh! The way a lot of people, like, I know people who don't, who... Yu-Gi-Oh! Has a lot of really cool design ideas. A lot of really cool design ideas. Like... It is actually a feat. A pretty big feat at that. To create a game like this that does not have any concept of mana. Like, this game has no resource mechanic whatsoever. And yet it still ends up doing pretty well because of some of the mechanics it has built into the game. And that's not nothing. Yeah, Wyvern, I am with you. Like, some of these... Like, sometimes a Yu-Gi-Oh! Match can be a bit unbearable to play, because you're just sitting there while your opponent does their whole hand, and you just don't get a chance to play. And that does happen. It does happen. I'm not going to deny it. But it's not... It's not the end of the world. Because you won't... Not every match is going to be that. And there are still fun matches to be had. Okay. I don't think you ever told me about that, Wyvern. Alright, I just put this on top. I'm gonna activate this to draw an extra card. Let's hope that we get our Eternal Soul on the top. No. That's unfortunate. Alright, I'll give you your blue eyes. Still worth getting off the board. Thank you, Automod. Let's see. No. I'm waiting for him to summon a more fearsome monster that I can Solemn Judgment away. That is worth it. That would be my ideal target for an attack. Is I would love for him to use. Oh yes, I can do this. Shit. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a weird game you have to get used to. Hand, deck, or graveyard. Ugh. I can't attack into that. I have to wait. Because there's a lot of mechanics going on in Yu-Gi-Oh! There's a lot of mechanical depth. Especially as they add new mechanics to the game. And we'll negate that. No, I shouldn't have done that! Oh, I made a mistake! I wish you could tell the game to cancel after you've confirmed. Oh, thank God. Alright, I'm not completely screwed. Just second maiden down. Oh my God, you fucking quitter. I got a slight advantage and you quit. Fuck you. Fuck you, you coward. You coward. This fucking coward. I hope that was the disconnect, but it feels a lot like a rage quit. It feels a lot like a rage quit. Fuck you, stupid. You rage quitter. Oh, no. No, no. Not allowing that. Don't search things. Don't do that. Okay. Gonna negate it. Oh, what is with all the Maxi? Well, I guess I'm only doing the one summon this turn. Yes. I do still want to get the value out of it. That's fine. Prick. We will hold the fort and just swing in for 2,000 this time. Prick. Let's see what he's got. Let's see what he's got. I'm getting tired of seeing Max C. Although I know why the card is there, because you summon a lot of monsters in this game just by playing your deck. So Max C really does kind of shut you down, because we want to deny your opponent the card advantage. What Max C does is when they discard it during your turn, every time you special summon a monster, they draw a card. So, effectively, when you see that, you want to try to stop summoning cards, because every summon you give them a card, and you don't want them to draw cards. Card advantage is always like something you don't want people to have. Okay. I'm curious what I can do about it, but I'm curious. Only in Yu-Gi-Oh! Can you exile the top 10 cards of your deck and draw 2 cards, and that's a positive. Only in Yu-Gi-Oh! Would you do that? Second copy of this card. There's not much in the GY, though. Just the one mobilize. Don't understand what's going on right now. And I don't like it because I don't understand it. get a Dark Magician. Let's get this Dark Magical Circle. Can't play that on my turn, thank God. We do still have some time. Come on. You're gonna do something, then do it. Oh. That sucks. Still got to keep the card. A lot of hand traps you're playing. Alright. And let's just go to battle. A lot of hand traps you've just used. All in a row, too. It did set me back, but I'm not in a bad position right now. Even if they summon a creature, I can still use my Dark Renewal. Because I have two spellcasters. That's the first. Yep, you had to start with that. That's the safest thing to start with. That makes sense. So I already used my Ash Blossoms. You don't get your creature. Yep. No. Yes. You will do that. Dark Renewal. And with luck, this is game. They're getting a little later than usual, but I'm taking tomorrow off, so that's fine. Alright, well that was a good card to get rid of. Oh, this is annoying. Wait! You only use that once each turn! Fuck you! Okay, whatever. I guess you just get to play the effect, even though it says you're not supposed to be able to. Oh, it's fine. We're not in any real danger. It's just I wish cars did as they said they would do. Now, what does that card do when it's in the graveyard? You probably still win this. I just have a way of drawing 2 cards, which I will have to use just to get some cards back in my hand. What? Thank God I don't have many effect monsters. They are okay banishing a lot of cards. Oh, they're just using spells to pump her up, I see. They're just using spells to pump her up. Because they don't have any other option. Oh, fuck off! I needed that! We're not in any real danger right now. They're scrambling is what's happening. What? What is going on? I'm not even, like, I'm not even in a risky position, and I'm just kind of pissed off. Because my opponent is just still playing their turn. This deck is annoying to play against. I would love nothing more than just to pull Magician's Rod. I think I'm gonna need the extra card anyway. I swear to fucking Christ. Lucky me, their card only affects effect monsters, not producing the normal monster, so they can't take control of it and do bullshit. You just negated your own creature's effect. What? I can only tell... I know what's going on. It's just really silly. His board's cracked because his life points are low. So the Sky Striker archetype kind of it kind of cycles through these Link monsters to get the ones that it needs for the given situation. It's just like I don't. This deck is built on the premise your opponent has effect monsters on board, except my monster is a normal monster with no abilities. You were literally doing that just to buy your... He is literally just stalling for time. He is stalling for time. Because he's... This is the second time he summoned the Zeke creature to banish my Dark Magician. And he doesn't have any other actual moves. He doesn't have any actual moves. He is just stalling for time. I don't even know if he has any actual plays. Immediately, I don't either, but I'm not the one that's about to deck out in a few turns. He's got one more turn to play playing a Zeke before like he's out of those, and I can start attacking. Yeah, I didn't mill. He played this card because Yu-Gi-Oh has gotten to a point where this is a good card. Exile the top 10 cards of your library, face down, draw 2 cards. He's played 2 of those, and Yu-Gi-Oh is a 40-card deck format. So I have a full deck of cards. He does not. So unless he changes this situation, he is not going to win this game. I mean, maybe he can possibly potshot me. Oh, I get what you're doing. I see why you chose that card. Because he can get that card to be played face down with his mecha fucker. And then if he does, then he can destroy my Dark Magician, and I have no defense in theory. Although if I attack this monster, I don't know if he has anything else that he can actually fight with. What does this do? Well, I kind of have to just take care of this. Oh, fuck off with this Sky Striker shit! Can't you just stay dead? I might... No! If I don't get something to summon... No, yeah. I think he's realized he can't win. Cause that monster was in the main monster zone. He couldn't play that card. Oh, I must be speaking like a completely foreign language to everyone who doesn't know Yu-Gi-Oh. That was a victory. Dark, just because it was a normal monster, not effect monster, that ruined his entire plan. That's amusing. An artifact was a while ago. I didn't try artifact. I didn't even consider it. But like I said, one of the things this game desperately needs is an unranked mode, because so far, like, unless you have a friend you want to play with, you can only play ranked. So unless I find someone who wants to play with me on my friends list, I can only play in ranked mode. I mean, they do have this free duel room, but I would rather just have like an unranked queue, just like there's a ranked queue. And the other problem is something I've started to notice as I try to build more decks than the two I already have, which is the dust system. The card system in this game is better than Arena, but worse than most of the card games I have played. Let me explain why. Because in Arena, a Magic Arena, I should say, there is no concept of dust whatsoever. And dust is kind of like, it's slang for the mechanic in digital card games, where you break down cards you don't need in order to create a currency, colloquially called dust. The shards are Runeterra, but the principle is the same. That you can use to buy cards, or craft cards, that you do want. Obviously, exchange rates are different. Like commons are worth a few little dust, and rares are worth more dust. But the concept is that you get open enough packs just from dusting cards you don't need, you'll have enough currency to craft the cards you do. That concept does not exist in Arena. Arena uses fully wild cards, where you need to get wild cards from packs to craft the cards you want. Which is why that economy basically sucks ass. It's not as bad here, but it is pretty bad, actually. Because they do have a dusting mechanic, so you can dust cards to make cards that you need. Except the dust, if you look in the top left of my screen, is separated by rarity. There is normal dust, rare dust, super rare dust, and ultra rare dust. And you can only craft cards with dust of the same rarity as the card. Which, as I've gotten to use the system, has become a pinch point for me. Because a lot of the decks that I want to run do rely on a lot of secret rare, or super rare and ultra rare cards. Which means, unless I open a lot of, like, useless super and ultra rares in packs, I am not crafting those cards anytime soon. So I am kind of dead in the water when it comes to crafting those decks. I had just enough currency to make the decks that I want to make. And I basically can't make any others. Well, the two I really want to make, because I have a third I want to make too, but I don't have the currency for it. I just don't. And I have all of this rare and normal dust that is effectively worthless to me. Because I can't craft the cards I need with them. And I understand that companies need to make money so they can keep releasing games. I understand that. I'm not going to have that. I don't want to have like that economic conversation. But you can do this better. This is just abjectly worse than the kind of dusting systems that already exist in games today that are both critically acclaimed and financially successful. And I'm gonna go to Runeterra because I know Poo Poo Riot, because they have a whole slate of issues on their end. That regarding discrimination in the workplace and all of that. That's a huge topic that I don't have time to get into. But purely from the standpoint of the player economy in Runeterra, you can make all of the cards you need, and you can make a top-tier competitive deck from scratch, no matter how long you've played that game, in about a week. Like a very high-level competitive deck, if you know what you are doing, you can make that deck from scratch, no matter what the rarities of those cards are, in about a week. But they make their money, or a large chunk of their money, off cosmetics. Off skins. Off card sleeves. Off alternate boards. Off little pet minions. That's how they've made their money. And just to see a company get it so right, and so many companies afterwards get it wrong is kind of heartbreaking. I am with you, Wyvern. I got that Nasus skin the moment they came out because I'm a simp for that beautiful Jackal Man. But before I wrap up the Yu-Gi-Oh stream, which ended up being 2 hours despite all intentions, because secretly I bitch about Yu-Gi-Oh. Secretly I love it. That is my dirty dark secret. I actually love Yu-Gi-Oh. As I said at the top of the stream, Yu-Gi-Oh is what brought me into the card game world. I loved the anime growing up. I loved the card game growing up. This is my introduction to card games. I didn't play Magic until I was in my 20s. I started Magic when Origins was, or no, when Shadows of Innistrad was the new hot set, which I think was back in 2016. That was my first card game. Or that was my first Magic. Magic was my first time playing Magic. But I have played Yu-Gi-Oh! Far longer. This is the game that taught me that I love card games. This is the game where I started to learn about card advantage and game theory. And made me kind of into the kind of player I am today. So even if it's not the Yu-Gi-Oh! I remember, it's still Yu-Gi-Oh! And I still love it. And I think at the end of the day, I will always find some reason to come back no matter how many years go by. I love it that much. I can never play competitively. I don't have the patience for meta decks. But I enjoy casually jamming matches of Yu-Gi-Oh! I always have, and I probably always will. Just when I build that Exodia deck, oh boy, everyone's gonna hate it, but I'm gonna have fun. And that's what matters. Once I get that Exodia deck going, it's all downhill from there. But with all of that said, this is a good place to end the stream. So, before I go, wear your mask, social distance, wash your hands, get your vaccine, and your booster shot. Black Lives Matter. Trans Lives Matter. Stop Asian hate. And all lives cannot matter until minority lives matter. Have a lovely evening. And I will see you next time. On Sunday, when we continue our adventures with Halo Infinite. Bye, guys!